Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to November. How is everyone this morning? I just finished breakfast. I was actually surprised that I was able to make breakfast and eat it in its entirety and clean up before I had to start. I had a whole 30 minutes before I had to come in here and get situated. Um, I absolutely love that. Um, I don't know if it's the time change or what, but we did fall back an hour, so um, we are starting what would technically be noon, but because we fell back an hour, we're right on schedule. We love this. I feel more energized. I still have my cough, so hopefully it won't be a nuisance. But if it is, I have my little what is this? Honey, lemon, and echinacea cough drops. So we'll see how we do. Plus, I have my coffee. Make sure you have your coffee and or water, and let me know what you guys are going to be working on. I'm going to do a quick like welcome banner type thing real quick if I can, because I have not set that up yet for Restream. And then we'll have that going across the bottom there. And then I need to find the chat. There we go. Cat is here. My hubby made my dad and I shrimp and grits with a duck egg on top for breakfast. Ooh. I would probably do the grits part of that with an egg on top. I can't say that it would be a duck egg, and I don't know about the shrimp part, but it sounds delicious. I'm just not a very big fan of seafood. I have my coffee, second cup. This is technically my second cup. This will be like second and third cup actually, because when I make coffee, it goes in here, and then I also have enough to have like a regular cup of coffee. So that's like 2 and 3. I'll be good for the day. Nadim is here. Hello, good morning. Let me know what you guys are reading or working on today. Nadim says, "How was your Halloween?" It went well. Um, the kids were at school, so of course we had to do the school thing, and then probably around 5:30 we went over to a friend of mine's in real life neighborhood, and we hung out with her for a little bit, and then she walked with us around her neighborhood, and the kids went trick-or-treating. Um, there was only like one or two instances where we were trick-or-treating, and at one house we weren't expecting it, but a dog like darted out the house. Tiny little thing, kind of like a Shih Tzu type dog. And it kind of spooked my daughter. But once she figured out that the dog was friendly, she was fine. Not like last year where there was like a tree frog hanging on someone's like porch light, and it fell, and it scared the bejesus out of her. I think she had like PTSD from the frog, to be honest, but she seems to be okay now. And then the only other time that she got spooked was there was a guy's house and front lawn that had the like 16-foot like skeleton and animatronics, and those didn't scare her, but she didn't see the guy. Excuse me. She didn't see the guy that was all like fully dressed, and he had like a mask on with horns, and he just kind of like walked near her as she was leaving from getting the candy, freaked her out, and she almost darted into the roadway. Luckily, between me and another parent, they got her to stop. But she went into like a full on like crying mode. So we had to like pull her aside and like let her explain to her that it's all fake, it's not real. And then once we got her to calm down a bunch, then we moved on. And but we were towards the end of the night. I didn't think that they were going to last the whole 2 hours, but they did fantastic. And they have more candy than they know what to do with. It's all been checked. It's all been like double checked, because what I do is I check and make first I do like make sure nothing is opened already. Once it passes that test, then I will actually run a magnet over the candy and make sure that there's nothing hidden inside that is metal, razor blades, push pins, anything like that. And that seemed to pass the test for all candy as well. So it was double screened and they are good to go. So they made out like bandits. But they do have the stipulation of they only have like 2 to 3 weeks to eat said candy. After that, it goes into general population, meaning if it's chocolate, it goes in. We have like a mini fridge. It goes in there, and then anybody can eat it. If it's not chocolate, then it goes into like a candy dish, and we stick it on the bar. And again, it's general population, so anybody can eat it. And that way, it's not sitting until after Christmas, because we know that there's going to be Christmas candy. So we try to limit how long they can keep said candy. But they're fine with it. We've established that when they started trick-or-treating in the beginning. So it's kind of like tradition at this point. Because otherwise they'll forget about it and then they won't eat it. But it went well. Do you celebrate Halloween, Nadim? If so, how was yours? If not, that's okay. I hope you had a good, relaxing day. Kat says good morning to Nadim. Nadim says to Kat good morning. And Kat says, I'm working on book reviews, catching up. I am catching up on filming. So what I want to do for today's sprints is I want to film at least 2 videos that will get me through, because I have to film my October reading challenge check-in, and I have to film my November TBR. That should get me through this week, and I might have time to film a 3rd video, which will be the beginning of next week. And then during the week, I can film like future videos. I pretty much have everything planned out for edited videos for the rest of the year. I have my reading planned out for the rest of the year. I've already uploaded my planners for 2026 from Erin Condren. I still have one that I'm waiting for to come in, which is the Bookworm Life Planner. And so I might start setting up the Erin Condren planners with the stickers and the dashboards and things. And then I will film a flip through of how they look after the fact, of how after I set them up and whatnot. And then I'll go from there. Because I would like to film ahead of schedule and get things scheduled and uploaded so that during the holiday times, I don't have to worry about it. Yes, we celebrate Halloween. Ooh, was your Halloween a good one? Let us know. I like Halloween, but I love decorating for Christmas. We've already taken down all the Halloween decorations, but we still have like the fall decorations. So we can basically put up everybody like Halloween and fall at the same time, but then we take down all the Halloween stuff And so right now we just have fall stuff. And so it's basically we change the tablecloth, we take down the Halloween stuff, and right now what's left is we have like a what's it called? Garland. We have like a garland made of fall leaf colors, and then we have like little turkeys, and we have like non jack o' lantern carved like pumpkins. And so there's a couple of different things. We have like a little tree that has leaves and acorns and it lights up. So we have different decorations for fall. But in about 3 weeks, probably the weekend before Thanksgiving, I am going to rearrange and at least put up the Christmas trees, but I won't decorate them until after the day after Thanksgiving. I just want to put the trees up prior because one of them is 9 feet tall, and the other one, I believe, is a 7 foot. It will go here, so everything in here will have to shift. It's a whole process, but I'm trying to come up with better solutions because as we get older, it's a lot harder to do certain things. And I want to make sure that I'm making it as easy as possible as I get older. So, and we have a lot of ornaments for both trees. I've actually contemplated on getting a third tree. I just don't know where I would put it in the house yet because we don't have a lot of open space, but I feel like if I could get one of those like tall pencil, I think they're called pencil trees or pencil type trees. They're very tall and thin. And then maybe I could create a theme for that one because we do have a lot of snowflake ornaments. So I'm playing with the ideas. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um, but yeah, so today's thing is filming, setting up the planners, and I need to read more of Higher Magic by Courtney Floyd. This is one of the NetGalley books that I got. I bought the physical, but NetGalley gave me the audiobook for it. So I need to finish reading this so that I can leave my review to help with my rating. And then I have a couple of other NetGalleys that I would like to get through this month. Excuse me. All right. I don't see any other comments coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the cat and we'll go into our first sprint. Can I make this bigger? There we go. That works. I always expect can I move myself? Well, I don't want to be bigger. I want the thing to be bigger. I just want to be on this side. Well, I'll play with it, but we'll go ahead and start our first sprint, and I will see you guys back in 45 minutes. Happy sprinting. All right, that was our first sprint. How did everyone do? That little cat got me. I was not ready for him, and I kept looking at it to make sure that I was not going to get jumped. But I did. I filmed a video. I set up for the next one, and I read a little bit of Higher Magic. I'm wondering if I should switch from the audiobook and just read it with my eyes, because I'm at 2.25 speed and it sounds normal, like if they were on 1 time speed. And I feel like if I go any higher, then it'll turn into a chipmunk. And I'm only on chapter 5. Normally at 2 times speed, I would be further in this book, or any book for that matter. But I'm on page 41, and I have it at 2.25 times speed. So I don't know if I should bump it up or if I should just switch and read something else for now and then read this with my eyeballs. I need to read it no matter what because I need to do the review for it. But I don't know. It's going very, very, very slowly. I might be able to read it faster with just my eyes. I don't know. I don't know. But let me know what you guys got up to before we go into our second sprint. I might have to put a cough drop in because I can feel it already my throat getting dry. And I know I have a load of laundry that is now sitting out there waiting for me in the next sprint. I might have to go make that appointment for my doctor as well, because I'm getting tired of the cough. Okay, so where did we leave off? Nadine was talking about they do celebrate Halloween. We had a Kim join us. Good morning. Just got back from Tractor Supply with the dogs. After getting their shots, going to relax and watch the most recent episode of Ink Master. How many seasons have they done of Ink Master? Because I remember they had that on a while ago. And like, how many seasons are they up to? Because I feel like that's been on for a while. And hopefully you're enjoying it. This is me saying hello. Faithful is here. Hi. Hello, hello. Kat says, good morning, Kim and Faithful. I was reading ahead. Kat says, I'm still working on my book reviews. I'm writing my last one for the day. Nice. I need to do a couple of reviews myself. Faithful says, I was working on graphics, but now I want to read for a bit. Nice. Let us know what you're going to be reading. Alicia, I hope you can get the cough sorted. I had a COVID cough for over a year. I don't think it's that, although I do know what you mean because I've had that before too. It kind of still feels like there's like postnasal drip or something. Every now and then it just feels like there's something lodged in my throat. And then sometimes if I suck in air, it feels like my throat dries out, and then that's where the coughing comes from. So I don't know if it's like I need to drink more water type thing, or if I just have a lot of postnasal drip still happening. I don't feel like congested or clogged in any way. I blew my nose earlier and popped my ear. So I don't know. But everything else seems to be in working order and fine. I have had a little bit of arthritis going on in my foot from when I broke it years ago but that's with the weather change. So that's not really an issue. But it's all right here. It's like the postnasal drip, the cough, the dryness of the throat. So I don't know if it's like I said, just like a lingering cough or what. But I've had the cough. Let's see. When I got my sore throat, it was the 14th of October. Then I had the fever the 15th. And then I was pretty much back to normal that following Monday. But I've had the cough ever since. So I don't know. I'm hoping that these cough drops will help. And I'm probably going to do another throat coat today. Oh, I lost the comment. Okay, that one. Faithful says, I'm reading Capri 3, part of the Delgado family series by Jacquel J. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. There's a lot of books I want to read. And November, I think, is going to be a good month. So you'll have to wait and see. I had a lot more on my November TBR, but I went through and kind of scaled back some of it because I knew that with Thanksgiving coming and then Christmas decorating, I wasn't going to get through everything. So I went through and picked what I thought I could easily get through. And there's only 2 books that are really chunky. Glenda says, hello, Alicia and everyone. Hello, hello. Let us know what you're reading or working on. Did you test for COVID? I have not. I could probably go to Walgreens and get a test, I'm assuming. I don't know where exactly we can get tests. I know they used to send them in the mail, but now they don't do that, I'm sure. So I could probably go and get one for from Walgreens, I guess. Or see if my doctor can do one. Kat says, hey to Glenda. We still have about 6 minutes for the break. I don't know. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, too, is I'm still trying to update everything with the change of insurance. Most of, like, my kid's pediatrician has been updated. I still have to update my doctor and my OBGYN. I have to update all the dental, like dentists and the kid dentist. But the way that the new insurance is, we don't have a physical card. Everything is digital. So I'm trying to find access to all of that. Because when he got the new job and the new insurance and stuff, it wasn't like here's all the information you need to know in order to go to your appointments. It's here's what we're offering, you choose, and then you go from there. But it doesn't give you, okay, you've chosen. Now you need to, like, they don't give you the cards. Everything is digital, but now trying to find everything digitally. I don't want to sign up for the wrong thing or register for the wrong thing and they go, oh, well, that's not that, because I need to look up and make sure that all of our doctors and dentists and other appointment people are all in network still. So with this new insurance, I need to make sure that they're in network. If they're not in network, then I need to figure out, like, do I find new things because the old ones were not in network and now I have to find a new one that's in network. And he started the new job in August. It took me almost, I think I finally got the medical cards physically in the beginning of October. So now I'm trying to see, can I take the paper that shows that this is what we have. I just don't know if it's the low end or the high end plan. So my brain hurts, and I literally just wish that if you change insurance or you sign up for stuff, that they just say, okay, here's what you have, here's your plan, here's the little medical or dental cards, and then here's a list of things that are in network. Don't show me out of network things. Or if they say you have a current one, what is your current one? We'll see if it's in network. It's very frustrating. Kat says, when I had COVID back in August, it was the cough and congestion that lingered for weeks. It was my first time having COVID and wouldn't have known it had I not gone to the doctor. I've had COVID before. To me, this just seems like a cold. But it could also be part allergy, and that's where I'm getting confused. So I don't know if it is COVID or not. It could be. I don't know. At this point, that's why I want to go update my doctor and say, okay, this is what's been going on. What is this? Faithful says, that sounds confusing to me, Alicia. The medical and dental? Yes. It is very confusing to me as well. I'm still trying to figure it all out, and by the time I figure it out, we'll probably change something, and I'll have to figure that out. It's a never-ending cycle. Kat says, sadly, the doctor at the walk-in clinic gave me nothing for it except the diagnosis. And that's the thing, too, is nowadays, my husband said, COVID is basically a new common cold. But at the same time, if I go into my doctor now, then they're probably going to say, oh, well, it already run its course and you just have to wait for it to go away on its own. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here coughing and clearing my throat, and right now it feels like something is sitting right here, and or it's dry and I can feel a cough making its way. And I'm sucking on the cough drop. It's quite annoying. Lexi is here. Hi. Feeling a bit under the weather myself, but I'm playing reading roulette with what I read today. Ooh, that sounds like fun, though. Let us know what you're gonna be, what your reading roulette picks. Well, if you've had COVID, you would know. I would think. At least for me, COVID felt different than a normal cold or allergies. Honestly, the fever sent me to the doctor because I thought I was getting a sinus infection. See, and that's the thing. Is now it's to the point where do you have a sinus infection? Is it a cold? Is it allergies, or is it COVID? To me, when I had COVID, it felt like I had a really bad flu. I had no issues with smelling or eating, but I had a fever for a couple of days, and then it felt like a cold to me. I am not ready for you, kitty cat. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to try to make an appointment and go to them and say, okay, this is what is going on. What can I do? What is it? Faithful says, feel better soon, Lexi and Kat. Kat says, hey, Lexi, hope your reading roulette picks something good. Same. The Ghost of Halloween Past, beheading game and adaptation. Interesting. Who is that by? Lexi says, when I had COVID, I literally had no symptoms besides being tired. I only tested because half my family tested positive, and that was back in 2022. I think when I had COVID, it was like right when they had discovered that COVID was a thing. Because I remember I was sick. My husband and I were both sick in like December to January of 2019 to 2020. And then in 2020, that's when they said that COVID-19 was a thing. And they started saying what the symptoms could be. And we were like, I wonder if that's what we had. And so we were like, well, maybe. So, but I don't know. Like I said, this to me sounds like a cold. It's just the coughing part won't go away. Faithful says, for me, when I had bad COVID, I didn't know what on earth was going on because I never had the flu. I did the test, it was COVID, and I just treated it like a flu and rested. Basically, that's kind of what it is. It's just like a harder impact flu. Because you have a lot of the same symptoms, but you could also lose like your sense of smell or your sense of taste. See, now it feels like all the mucus is trying to come out. And that's where I go into the coughing fits. It's just annoying. I think it jumped. Here we go. Glenda says, hey to Kat, Lexi, Faithful, Nadim, Kimberly, and anyone I missed. Thank you to Faithful from Lexi. Faithful says to Lexi, first time I didn't have any symptoms at all, and the only reason I knew it was because they were testing weekly for work at the time. I worked in a school with my key worker children. Yeah, because back then you had to like test to make sure that you didn't have it, and you had to like quarantine. Lexi says hi to Glenda. Faithful says hi to Glenda. A cough could linger for weeks after a cold, with any cold. Yep. And that's what I wonder if that's what this is, but at the same time, it's annoying. Like I said, if I take a breath or I go to like suck in air to start talking, it's like everything here dries out and then I go into a coughing fit. It's quite annoying. Kim says hopping back in, and Ink Master is on season 17. Wow. Now getting coffee and going to watch Scream since I've been wanting to watch it. Oof. I didn't realize Ink Master was that, like, they've been going for that long. I mean, they're going as long as almost the Simpsons. Because I think the Simpsons just had season 35. Is it? Let me Google it. Because I might be missing a season or two. How many? Yep. See, even I'm off. There are 37 seasons of The Simpsons currently available. And they've been renewed through to the 40th season. Wow. Kim says, hi, everyone. And I agree. I've had my cough for 4 weeks now since I was sick after my trip. I'm so over it. Yeah, see? Like, I remember colds used to be. You would have like a fever or not, you would get the sniffles, a sore throat, and then once the coughing came, then you knew you were on the tail end, and once the coughing stopped, you knew you were all better. Now it seems to linger. All right. I don't see anybody with another comment, so I'm going to put us into the next sprint. So that I can hopefully cough up whatever's happening here and get some water. And I will see everyone back in 45 minutes. Hopefully cough free. All right. How did everyone do on that sprint? We'll see how this goes because I did go and make my tea. It seems a little better, but we'll see. I did also fold a load of laundry. I made my tea and I filmed the second video that I needed. And then I got to page 60 in Higher Magic, and I definitely think that I will be bumping up the audiobook. I might do it in increments to see how far I can go before it starts sounding like a chipmunk, because at 2.25 speed, it seems like it is still like quite slow. I know that I'm not a very fast reader, but at the same time, like 2.25 speed for any audiobook, for me, I should be a lot further in the book. So I don't know. Like, I almost fear going back to see what it sounds like at one time speed, because I know it's probably going to be very slow, monotone, and they're like drawing it out, and I need it to read a little faster. We did also get some of the mucus out, but it still feels like I'm being dried out. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll try to mute myself if I go into a coughing fit. But let's see where you guys got up to. This was our last comment. Kim was saying she agreed that she had a cough for about 4 weeks since she was sick after her trip. I feel like it's been about that long for mine, and I am definitely over it. Lottie's Sanctuary Homestead came in. Hello. Excuse me. I don't think you've been here before, or have you, and it's a different name. Let me know, and let me know if I should call you Lottie or something else. But welcome. Let us know what you're reading or working on today. Glenda said hello to Lottie. Lexi said just admin things, scheduling sprints and stuff. I did all that, was it yesterday or the day before? But I am scheduled for sprints and extra live streams that I wanted to do through the end of the year. Lexi's now working on clearing out old files on laptop. I need to do that at some point, and I need to figure out what's going on with this laptop that I'm currently on. I changed out both cooling fans, and I'm still getting the message that one of the fans is not operating correctly, which makes me think that it might be an electrical issue. But I'm not 100% certain. Kat says I finished my last book review for the day. Yay. I feel accomplished and brain dead. It takes a lot out when you have to do reviews, especially if you're doing reviews a certain way or have to fill them out a certain way. I know sometimes I just go, what did I just do? Like I finish it and I just go, huh? What do I do now? So I know what you mean. But yay for getting them done. What will you work on now that you're done? Lottie is fine. Perfect. Well, welcome in. Let us know what you're reading or working on. We're here every Sunday doing sprints, unless otherwise noted. I think between now and the end of the year, the only Sunday that I will miss is December 28th, and that is because that is my wedding anniversary, and we're gonna go do something. We haven't planned or finalized it yet. We were talking about um, going to Universal because my husband doesn't get to go as often as I do. I have an annual pass. I started having an annual pass after they reopened after COVID. And so I've just had it for the past couple of years. But my husband doesn't get to go as often. I've asked him if he's wanted an annual pass, and he said that no, he feels it would be a waste because he doesn't go as often as I do. And I said, but you could. So, but we're talking about possibly doing that or just something that we will be able to do together. Well, we've already set it up so that the kids will go to the grandparents for the day, and then we'll just do whatever it is that we plan to do. Kat says, I'm going to walk. I need to stretch my legs and clear my mind. I need to do probably that as well. I think everything is trying to come up. All of the coughing or mucus or whatever's going on. It's all trying to come out now. Lottie says, I just finished editing my hard copy of the first 3 chapters of my second draft. Finally, a break, then I will start the retype and tweak. Ooh, so you're writing your own book. If you ever need a writing type sprint in the morning, Kelly and I do writing sprints on her channel, The Cursed Dragon Ship, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's what we do. We're the morning time pirates. We steal time to get our writings and drafts and stuff done. But feel free to check the sprinting spreadsheet, which I can post a link to, because there's it's starting to make me heat up with all the coughing. I might have to turn the fan on. But there's somebody always sprinting any time of day. Let me see if I can pull up the sprinting sheet real quick, and I'll post the link. Keep in mind that there are little tabs. It's in a Excel sheet. Excuse me. And there's little tabs at the bottom. If you click on those tabs, it's literally for every day of the month. You'll see who is sprinting on that day. It is the most fabulous thing that Vanessa and Christina and I believe Katie is also there. Yep, Vanessa, Katie, and Coda. They all have been working on it diligently. So same with Christina, BookTube Mama. It is super helpful. It talks about sprints, readathons, the whole works. So make sure you save a copy of this somewhere. It's always updated. I feel like the coughing is now getting worse. Ugh, this is so annoying. That sounds awesome. It really is. We're there 2 hours. We do three 30-minute sprints with chatting in between. And it's super helpful for anyone who doesn't have it. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. It's like getting worse. Excuse me. But this is super helpful. Lolly says, thank you. You're so welcome. Andy is here. Hello. And he's like, cat. Mm-hmm. I'm so over this cough. We're going to make appointments this week. Let me go ahead and change. Excuse me. I will change to our final sprint banner so we can go into the final sprint. Thank you, Andy. I feel okay for the most part. It's literally just this cough. If I could get the cough to go away and the dryness of my throat, I would be like peachy keen. But this like clearing of the throat and like coughing. I'm over it. I'm over it. Running? Are you running? I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and put us into the final sprint so I can get this cough under the control. Coughs are the worst. They are. And I really wish it would go away. Okay, break time for sure. Please get better soon. I'll stay on here, but I have to do a quickie task for the hubby. Love you. No worries. You can pop in, pop out as you need to. That's what we're here for. And we're going to try to get this under control so I don't hack up along in the final chatty bit. Andy says, well, not the worst, but quite unpleasant. It very much is. Oh, sprinting. Yes, we are going to go into a sprint. So I can drink my throat coat tea and hopefully it will help. All right, so I'll go ahead and pin that final comment. And I will go ahead and change the cat over. And I'll put you into the final sprint. So happy sprinting. Make it count. All right. How did we do on that last sprint? I folded another load of laundry. I drank more of my tea, so hopefully it's helping. And I got to chapter 11 or page 83 of Higher Magic. I definitely had to bump it up. I'm now at 2.35 times speed. And I might bump it up to 2.4 if I can. Because it with the faster speed, it seems to actually be moving along. And it's quite interesting, this story. So I would like to finish it. I don't think I'll be finishing it today. But we'll see. But let's see what you guys got up to, and then we will skedaddle and we'll see about finding some more sprints if you need them. I know there's a lot of NetGalley November sprints happening. I just don't know who is doing the sprints right now. Kat said hey to Andy. We have a Christina. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Christina. How are you? I am late, but I made it. That is all that matters. Christina says, just starting today's watch along of Stranger Things with Dee Dee. Will just be lurking. And Christina does our PSA here. Remember to hydrate, have a snack, check the laundry, take your meds, stretch, and show some love to the like button. Also, make sure you sub and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Yes, please, and thank you. If you're not subscribed, please make sure that you are, because you'll be able to hit that bell notification and get notified of any new content coming along or sprints. At last check, I was at 434. So we're getting closer to the 500 mark, which I love. And I appreciate everyone who has subscribed. Andy is doing a little party emoji. Skedaddle, a brilliant word. Have you not heard of that? I've been saying it since I was like a young kid. I don't know where I heard it. I think it was either in a movie or it was probably something my mom said. But she'd always tell me, she'd go skedaddle, go play. And I just carry it along. Lexi says she got to page 28. Nice. And Lexi is sprinting for NetGalley now. Or Lexi says Anna is sprinting for NetGalley now. I will probably head to her channel and then follow the train so I can get things done today. Andy says I resubscribed. No idea why YouTube unsubscribed me, but it happens. Very odd. Yes, I have had that done as well. It's like something happens and I don't know if it's like a you haven't interacted in so long, so then they unsubscribe you, or I don't know what's going on, but I've had that happen a couple of times, and then I have to figure out who it unsubscribed for, and then I have to go resubscribe. It's quite annoying. But hopefully it doesn't unsubscribe you anymore. And thank you for resubscribing. Kat says, I just got back from my walk and stretched. I listened to Rattlesnake Crossing by J.A. Jance. It's the 6th book in the Joanna Bradley series. It would help if it was open. This tea seems to be helping, so now that this one is getting cold, I might have to go make a fresh cup. Otherwise, I'll keep doing that. Andy says there's a company that does vermin eviction and it's called Skedaddle. Are you serious? That's funny. I've never heard of this company, but that's funny. Walk and stretch to Cat. I'm about to do my workout after Alicia's stream. I probably need to do something similar. Maybe I'll go walk on the treadmill for a little bit. Or I could probably just, fold laundry and walk around the house picking stuff up. And I have to clean up the solarium. So maybe I'll do that. I'll finish folding laundry, clean up the solarium, and in between I'll take my breaks and do the other things that I need to do. But first and foremost, I need to get lunch because it is lunchtime. It's always amazing me that I eat before I start this stream, and by the time I am done, it is time for me to eat lunch. It never fails. That's all I see for the comments. Let me find links real quick. We'll put a couple of links in so that we can get that going. Because we do have Anna's sprints for NetGalley November. Anna. And then we also have Steph over at Coffee Over Apples. She is sprinting as well. And then I believe we have a lot of people sprinting right now. I'm going to be sprint hopping because it looks like Donna is also doing readathon sprints. And Katie, and I know she usually ends sometime after I end, but you can go and pop over and say hello. Katie is also sprinting. Let's see. Is there anybody else? I'm going to refresh real quick. No, I don't see anybody else on my end, but I did put the sprinting spreadsheet up in the discussion earlier, so feel free to look at that and you can find sprints happening throughout the day, throughout the month. It has your time zones, so we can all do that. Kat says, it's exactly what I needed. Now I'm headed to shower and eat lunch. I have to drive to the library in Baton Rouge to return books. Ooh, well, have a nice, good lunch and a safe trip to the library. I will actually be donating some books on Monday to my library because I finished my $2 sale. So I pulled, I think I pulled 15 books that didn't sell. And so I'm going to take those to the library on Monday after writing sprints with Kelly. So here's all the links I posted. Anna's. There's Steph over at Coffee at Apples, Donna's readathon sprints, and Katie's sprints. Kat says, thanks for sprints, Alicia. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. And bye, friends. Bye, Kat. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And Andy says, thanks for the sprints, Alicia. Have a good Sunday ahead, folks. You as well. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, guys, today. I'm sorry that this coughing thing is still a thing. I'm going to make a doctor's appointment also tomorrow if I can and get this squared away because it's annoying. It really is. But until next time, friends, I hope you guys were able to get some reading done, some productivity, whatever it is that you were working on. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. And I will see you in the chats. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and a good week ahead. Welcome to November.